The first battle of Wachonge had not ended in silence. It had ended in shame. KHAMUKOYA River still whispered of it. Bukusu blood had soaked its banks, and from that day a taboo was born, heavier than stone. However drunk I am, I cannot drink from KHAMUKOYA. The river had swallowed pride, sons, and prophecy. Manyi had seen it, Marombocho had misled them, and history had laughed with cruel teeth. Yet time does what time always does. It breeds a new generation with hotter blood and shorter memory. Victories came, small wars, neighborly conquests, songs were composed, drums were beaten, spears were polished, and soon the old wound began to itch. It is time, they said, time to cleanse Wachonge, time to erase Chonge, time to wash KHAMUKOYA with Iteso blood. And so, the second battle of Wachonge began long before the first spear flew. It began in arrogance. The Nigerians, Walusaka, Musuya Wawanjala, Wasilwa of Bakiabi, Wanambisi, Makona of Ebubulo summoned the prophets. Singuru Omuchuma and Situma Ochwa Wachie vanished into the mountains. They fasted, they prayed, they called to ancestors whose bones were dust and whose voices were thunder. They returned with faces like carved stone. Postpone, they said. Your chances are thin as spider silk. Death walks ahead of you. The war leaders laughed. They danced. They shouted. They called tomorrow to come faster. In the deepest hour of night, Situma woke screaming. In his dream, rivers ran red. Malakisi, Tisi, Menu, Undakaru, KHAMUKOYA. Warriors fell like cut grass. The earth drank until it choked. He ran barefoot into the dark to the leaders. Do not go, he begged. This war is cursed. I have seen the rivers turn into wounds. They mocked him. Wear Louis Like if you want to be a woman, they sneered. We are men. We are Bukusu. We do not fear omens. Still he stood his ground. He gave them strategy like a last will. Approach from the north. Let the sun blind your enemies. Strike downhill. Eat none of the enemy's meat. They ignored him. He ran ahead and growled like a hyena in the bushes, an omen that should have sent them home. They cursed the hyena and marched on. They crossed KHAMUKOYA. They went uphill. They faced the sun. And Situma knew, the gods have turned their faces away. They found Chonge under a tree, sharpening his blade. Ilel, they shouted. He stood calmly. Wait, he said, let me prepare. 10 o'clock came, but Chonge was not preparing weapons. He was feeding men. He was stuffing charms into chickens, into goats, into the entrails of a black bull. The bull was roasted by Bukusu warriors led by Namusole and Maketi. They ate it. The prophet's words died again. Emuli, Chong finally shouted. At that moment, Ngubesi, son of Mukwele, peeped through a gate. An Omurwa spear followed. Ngubesi fell dead. The sky exploded. Rain crashed. Thunder roared. The earth shook. From bushes and hills, warriors emerged. Barwa, Suk, Bamasai, Bamasaba mercenaries. The Bukusu were surrounded. Spears flew. Arrows screamed. Shields shattered. Men slipped in blood and mud. The sun returned after the storm, blinding the Bukusu, guiding the enemy. They fought like lions in a ring of fire. And then Situma Ochwa Wachie was speared. The prophet fell. The warning died with him. Bodies were thrown into KHAMUKOYA. The water turned crimson, exactly as foretold. Thus was born the curse. However drunk I am, I cannot drink from KHAMUKOYA. Situma's story lives because he chose to die with the stubborn. He crossed the line no seer crossed. He picked up a spear and followed doomed men into doom. And in Bukusu folklore, his name still walks beside thunder. For he proved this truth. Prophets are not word peddlers. They are mirrors held before fate, and when fate is ignored, it does not argue, it kills. The Wachonge Battle Part 2, exclusively on Myths of Origin channel. Follow and subscribe for more epic and fascinating myths around the world.